Hello everyone, welcome back to bittercode. And in this video, we are going to discuss on the next part for this debugging series. So till now we have discussed how you can add some breakpoint using this double click option, how you can uh, start a project using this debug option. So once you can start, you can switch to a perspective that is known as you can see debugger perspective. Once you switch to debugger perspective, we have multiple options here: resume, step into, step over. So for now, we have seen what we can resume. We can resume use the resume button to go to the next breakpoint. We can use the step over button to go to the next line, which is either having breakpoint or not having breakpoint. It will just go to the next line. Okay. So that thing we know up to now. Also, we know here we have three sections: variables, where we see the variable current values. Also, we have breakpoint from where we can enable, disable it, and we have this expression from where we can write some manual expression and get the current result for that. Also, in the left side, we have debug options where we can see the current line of execution, which is the program is stopped, and the next, which is going to be happen in the next call here. We have project explorer here, and here it is console. So these things we know. Now we will see the next thing. We have multiple options here. So what this step into will do? What this step into will do? So we will see that. So our program is stopped at this point, and we can see square of a. I have written another program. I will just let me resume it and then explain you what changes I have done. In the previous example, if I open the previous example, it should be it was like that, and here we were manually doing the square of a, which we just now fixed the solution. Now, if I go to the example D, here I have added a method square, which is taking an input and returning a square of an output. But I know this program is not correct, but we will see how we can find this thing using the uh, debugging technique. So, okay, first thing we will have to add some breakpoint. So we know something should be faulty. So we are adding breakpoint at line number 13. Let me add at line number 19. So we will see these results. Now we have to debug. So right click, you can do debug as Java application, or you can directly click this debugger. Once it is done, we can see our program stopped at line number 13 because we have added a breakpoint here. Now we are able to see the value of A, B to C, which is correct. Here switch to variable sections and keep it like this. Now we go to line by line. So to go to the next line, we have a step over. So if we go to the next line, we can see a step over option is here, and we can see square of A. Square of A is 1, but a square of A it is giving us 2. So there is something wrong in this statement. There is something wrong in this statement. So either this square method is doing wrong calculation, or there is something wrong. If we go to the next line, here saying square of b, b is 2, square of b it should be 4, but it is saying square of b is 4. Correct. This is correct one. Okay. Now go to the next line, and here we can see input is c 3, so square of 3 should be 9, but we are getting 6. So there is something wrong with this square method. We are now for sure there is something wrong with this square method. But how can we enter into this square method with the breakpoint? So that is the most challenging part. Definitely for now, if we go to the next step over, the result will be not correct as expected, because it should be 14, but it is 12. So let me resume or step over, and we can see result is 12, which is not correct. So how can we go into this statement? We cannot. First option is we can add a breakpoint here as well. So as soon as we add the breakpoint, Once we reach to 13, after 13 it will not go to 15 because this is Java code and this will execute as per the method also. So when we call some method, internally it calls this one and it reaches the pointer to here. So let me start it and show you how it actually happens. So right now our pointer is line number 30. But if it was not a method call here, so it would have gone to the 15 if we resume it. But since we have added a breakpoint inside the method, it will go to call the method in the next step, right? So in that way, it will go to the method internally. So if I click now, you can see it comes here. It comes here and you can see the x value is 1, x value is n, but it is returning the value. If I go to the step over now, it is returning the value 2, which is incorrect because square of 1 should be 1, not. So it is incorrect. We find out the solution. So this is one approach we find out. But let's see. I'm just adding one log statement here. Inside square method for, or let's see, calculating a square of. Okay. So I've just written it so that I can show you. So you can see if I normally print it, you can see calculating squares of 1, square calculated value 2, which is incorrect, which is incorrect, which is incorrect. So from this way also we are getting that a square method is incorrectly written. But we find out two way. First is adding the breakpoint here, adding the breakpoint inside the method. But what if we don't have any breakpoint added inside the method and we go through the normal flow? So we started the breakpoint like debugger. Now if we go to the next step over, it will directly come here, but it is not going inside a square method. Similarly, if I go again, it will not go inside square method because we have not added a breakpoint. We have added a breakpoint here, but we have not added a breakpoint inside a square method. So how can we go there and check? Okay. So for that, I am just going to restart, and we have another option here. If I zoom out, there is an option at the top, just beside of this step over. There is a step into. A step into what it will do. So when you are onto a line where some method call is going to happen, right? So where some method call is going to happen, it will step into that method call. So I'm just right now going to click on this. I'm at line number 13, and if I click on this, it should go into the square method. So you can see my controller come up to here because I stepped into this method. I stepped into this method from line number 30. So as soon as this calculation is this line over this line, now I cannot go to the step into. Even if I go, it will go inside. See, it is going inside some other internal method because I will go back because I am using a system.println. So that's why it is going inside this calculation method. So let's skip that and add a breakpoint here. I'm just resuming it. So it comes back here. So okay, it is here. Now let me go to the step over. So till now it comes here, but you remember we come here from the line number 30. So when we end this point, it will not go to the line number 32 because we we got this method called from line number 30. So next it should reach up to 14 only. So when we go to the next See, it come back to 13. It will save the returned value to square a, and in the next execution it will go to the square b. And similarly, if we go into, it will again go to the square method, and then we can again step over. So in that way also we are able to find out that square of a should be 1, but it is 2. Square of b should be 4, that is correct. Square of c should be 9, that is incorrect. So there is some issue with the square method, and we can resolve. Okay, so now let's resolve the problem. We executed it. We come up to here. We step into the method, the normal flow. We are calculating. Now we have a result equal to x equal to a result equal to x plus x, which is 1 plus 1 equal to 2, which is not correct. It should be x into x, because finding we are finding the square. So now it should be correct. Now if I go to the next line, you can see result is 1. For x only, the result is 1. For x equal to 1, result is 1, which is correct. Now we resume. It is giving the answer. So this is how we use these three buttons. One is resume, another one is step into, another one is step out. Okay, so that's all for this lecture, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.